Hey beauties, welcome to my channel, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Thanks for staying. I'm ChristopherJMUA, and welcome to our little family here. So I know we've all seen plenty of what's in my bag videos, and I could really never think of the point aside from getting to know somebody and getting to know what they keep in their bag, but I thought about it, and really it kind of helps to know what someone keeps in their bag for their makeup, or maybe not only their makeup. I don't know, I've seen a couple of what's in my bags that were pretty not need to know. Like, I didn't need to know you had the gum wrapper in the bottom of your bag, but it was still fun to watch, still interesting, kind of a lifestyle sort of thing. Anyway, today I wanted to show you what I keep in my makeup bag. I don't have like a purse that I carry around, so I don't really have the chance of having gum wrappers in the bottom of my bag, but I do have a bag of makeup that I keep and have, and it's full of kind of what I would call my essentials, and I would just like to kind of go over what those things are. So let's get right into it. First, the bag itself. It's a Prada Luna Rosa bag. I had ordered Prada cologne one time, and the bag came with the cologne, and it's kind of a perfect makeup bag. It's not too big and it's not too small, and whenever I'm going to school I can actually just pop it in my backpack so you never even know it's there, which I have a pretty big backpack, so that kind of helps. I'm gonna start with the bottom zipper section, and it's kind of full, and I figured this was a perfect time to do this because I'm about to clean out the bag and put everything up for now, so why not do it on camera and let everybody see what's in there. So first I have, this is what it looks like on the inside of the bottom of the bag. That's where I keep all the kind of like little things or smaller things and all the brushes, just so they're kind of in their own little section and away from everything that's bigger. So first, for the lips, I mostly keep easy lip items like lip plumpers, lip sticks. I never really have any liquid lipsticks with me because they're kind of messy and hard to work with if you're on the go. Sometimes, I guess it really just depends on the liquid lipstick you're using, but I prefer to have regular lipsticks with me whenever I'm on the go. And I'm just gonna run through the items pretty quick. I'm not gonna actually do like a full face of makeup with my makeup bag, just showing you what I keep on hand every day. I believe this is everything for lips. I've got a Revlon Color Stay lip liner in Mauve. Oh, that I probably just broke. No, she's okay, but she's almost gone. I've also got a Rimmel ScandalEyes 24-hour waterproof, it's a lip liner, in the shade Nude. And for lipsticks, we've got Wet n Wild Velvet Matte Lip Color in shade Nude Streak. These two together work pretty well. And with this, I like these because if I just want to pop a color on and I don't really want to spend the time to actually line the lip or put a liquid lip on or outline anything really, I can just kind of drag it over my lips and get that nice wash, and it's still a lipstick with a lip color, and I don't really have to worry about paying too much attention to it. It's really easy and quick just to pop on. And I've got another Wet n Wild Velvet Matte Lip Color. This one's in the shade Berry Tails. It's like a berry pink kind of shade, and it goes well with this lip liner if you feel like lining. This one's a little bit dark, but I kind of like to ombre it out if I actually do put them together. Usually I just use this by itself and just do the wash of color. As you can see, I don't have much lip to work with anyway, so it's not really too much of a hassle. Next, I've got these three Loreal La Matte Velvety Full Coverage Lip Color lipsticks. I really like these because they're also some of those just quick and easy lipsticks, and it's just a few different colors. But I like them the most because they come to this really fine point, so I can really get in there and line the lip without having to have a lip liner and shape everything out the way I want it, which is really, really nice. And then we get to the action performing lip products, I guess. These are the days when I don't really want to do too much, except this one. This is a Glamglow lip plumper, but it's tinted. They call it a Plumperagous Matte Lip Plumper Treatment. It's really cool because you twist it and the little thing pops up, and then you pull out the applicator. It's not like a dofa, but it's a flat like plastic piece. This is, I think, my favorite lip plumper because I think it's the most effective and it's in different shades, which I'm a real big fan of, like nude brown colors, and that's what this is. It's really nice. I like it. And we have Sexy Mother Pucker Extreme-Plump Lip Plumper. This is like a clear gloss, but it's super thick. So that's why I love it so much, because it's like, makes my lips like nice and juicy looking. And we've got a Wunderkind Lip Plumping Gloss. This is also like the Glamglow. Ugh. I'm gonna break everything. This is also like the Glamglow Lip Plumper, but it's thinned down a lot. It's kind of like if the Glamglow Lip Plumper were to have a baby with the Sexy Mother Pucker Lip Plumper, because it's got glossiness, but it also has the nude color with it. So it's really nice as well. It's one of my favorites. And last but not least, we have Nivea A Kiss of Smoothness Clear Chapstick. This is when I feel like doing nothing, which is more often than not. And in this section, I also keep all of my brow products. Sometimes, like at home, I'll use a brush and a powder or a gel and spread it all through the brows and like really get in on the brows. But usually with the makeup bag, I just use the Brow Contour Pro by Benefit. I love this thing. Like, it can do everything that my other products can do, but quickly and while I'm traveling, and it just knocks everything out at once. I can use just this and go around my brows with concealer and carve them out because it has the 2 lighter shades in it. I usually fill in everything with the lighter shade and then go in only on the tail with the darker shade just to kind of put the point on, and then go in with a definer shade, which is like almost my skin color, along the bottom of them just to carve them out. And then the highlight, I'll put in just kind of a pop of it right here just to make it like kind of like that nice glow of color, I guess. But I don't do any of that until I use my spoolie. And this is just on the end of an e.l.f. brow pencil. Oh, I forgot. My Brow Contour Pro is in the shade Brown Light. But the e.l.f. pencil, I mainly just have it for the spoolie. It used to be what I used for my brows before I got the Brow Contour Pro, but ever since then I just left this in the makeup bag so I could still have the spoolie since that brow pencil didn't. And I have the Brow Gal Tanya Crooks. It's the Instant Brow Hair Tinted Brow Gel with microfibers, and it's in shade, that one. It's like a medium brown kind of, almost kind of like a taupey kind of color, but it's got the little applicator on the end and you can run it through. I use that to kind of, it's like hairspray for my brows, I guess. I use it to form them and shape them and finish them off and just leave them there. It's usually what holds them in place all day long. I also keep my mini mascaras. I've got Urban Decay Troublemaker and It Cosmetics Superhero Elastic Stretch Mascara. Those are my 2 favorites. The Superhero is whenever I want like really winged out eyelashes, like super big. And then the Troublemaker is when I want like those really thick bad girl, I guess, lashes. This is clean and proper. And this is like bad boy, bad girl kind of lashes. That sort of thing. Next is everything for eyes, meaning I've got NYX That's the Point felt tip eyeliner, but it has a little dot at the end. I am unsure about this. It's kind of a new one I've added to the collection, and I'm still trying to get the hang of it. The little ball at the end of it helps sometimes on making a point, but sometimes I'm really bad at it and it really doesn't work. I think it's just a matter of me getting used to it though. Then we've got Maybelline Master Precise All Day Liquid Liner. This one is the one that I'm used to and that I love using because it's just smack it on, you have a wing. Then we've got my 2 black eyeliners. I didn't realize I had 2 in here. Oh yes I did, because they're 2 different colors. I've got Revlon Color Stay in black, and this is usually what I use to put on my waterline in the bottom. That's actually what's on my waterline right now because I have like 5 more in my drawer at home. And I've got an Avon Smoky Gray Glimmer Stick Waterproof Eyeliner. This one I like to use in place of the bottom one if I don't want it quite to be as black as and intense. Or I'll even use it on the top of my lash line just so I can kind of smoke it out because I don't usually have like a smudge pot with me whenever I'm traveling with a makeup bag. And last but not least, I've got a Wet n Wild Pro-Line Felt Tip Eyeliner, and this one's in dark brown. I like this one just for like more natural kind of looks. If I don't want to blow out a wing and make it nearly as intense, I'll use the brown one instead, and it just kind of tones everything down a little bit. And then we have all of our brushes. I'm just going to kind of quickly go through what brushes I do have and what I use them for, just so you kind of have the general idea. First, we have the Luxie 732 Airbrush Foundation Brush. Really like this one because it has the little wedge in it, so I can put my finger in it. It's just nice to hold and easy to control. I use that for the foundation and the concealer. And with these two brushes, I kind of interchange them. One of them is a Kestrel brush, and it's like this metallic rose or pink color. I don't know what it's officially called. Typically it's used as my blush brush, as you can tell, but sometimes I'll interchange it as a powder brush because it's got that like poofy ended texture and it fans out a lot, so I can just kind of move around powder, either put it on or take it off. Same thing with this brush, and it is a Beauty Professional Blush Sweep brush. That's exactly what I use it for. That's funny, either blush or sweeping the setting powder off. So that's really nice. And of course, this is my contour brush. It's a Crown No Name, but I only use it for contour and blend it out. And we've got the fan brush for highlighter application. That's also a Crown brush. Oh no, it's not. I'm sorry, I lied. This is a Wet n Wild highlighter brush. Then we have a Morphe. It has no number on it, but Morphe's like the old school lettering, so it's really, really old. Usually I use this to put my concealer on my eyelids whenever I'm wanting to put a base down. It's really densely packed, so I like that it doesn't take up too much of the concealer off of my eye. It just moves it around. And it dries really fast, so I can put it back in the bag without it getting a mess everywhere. And then we've got all the eye brushes. I usually start out with the Pro Fusion. It's just a big fluffy blending brush. That's typically what I use to set the concealer with, put color down everywhere if I set the concealer. And then we've got this Alamar Big Fluffy Blending Brush. It's what I typically put transition shade down with, and I'll go in with, if I'm gonna deepen up the crease a little bit and have it kind of fan out more with that color, then I'll use this as well. I can get a sharper point and get more direct with it because it's so long that it doesn't fan out nearly as much when I put it in, and I have more control with it. I've also got this double-ended Urban Decay brush. It was in the original Vice palette, but I can do the same thing with this as the previous brush. Just kind of blend everything out and get more compacted into the crease if I want to have more control in that area. And it has a packer brush on the other side, but it's kind of poofy at the same time, so I can still use it to blend out color, just not as precisely as a longer blending brush. Then we've got this double-ended brush. I have no clue where this came from. I know I've had it for a while though. Usually I will use this side to apply my nose contour because it's got like that wedge shape to it, and I can get in there on the side right at the end and stay concise, and then I'll flip it around and kind of blend it out. And then with this side, typically I will use this to apply color to only the crease just to deepen it up, and I have a lot of control with this one so it doesn't get anywhere else. Or I'll use it for an inner pop of highlight on the inner corner, or I will use it to control the color only on the outside of the lid. Same thing with this brush. This is the Beauty 360 eyeshadow brush is what it's called, or what it says on it. And I do the same thing with it. I just switch these brushes out. So if I use this one for the inner corner, I use this one for the crease, and vice versa. And finally, I have a flat packing Alamar brush. I use this a lot of the time if I want to smoke out any eyeliner that I put on my upper lid, or if I want to have more control on a shadow that I'm putting on my lower lash line, or if I'm going to smoke out shadow that's on my lower lash line. The last thing that I keep in the lower part is this Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. This usually pairs up with this on most days because I won't have any lipstick on and I'll just treat my lips to take care of them. And then this, since I'm not wearing any concealer a lot of the time, this is color correcting, so I can just kind of tap it under my eyes and brighten it. Because if you guys are subscribers and have been here, you already know, or if you're new, I'll tell you now, that the darkness under my eyes will never go away no matter what I try, and I'm still trying to run through products and find stuff that does work. So far I can only cover it up, not actually treat it with something. It's not terrible, but it's annoying because it won't go away. But this is the best thing I found so far that will cover it up without being super obvious that I'm wearing anything, because sometimes I want to have the no makeup look. And that's it for the lower part of the bag. Now we shall move on to the top. The first thing we have is a mirror. I don't know how much this zooms, like a 10 times or 5 times, but I can tell you it zooms a lot. First, my foundation. It's MAC Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation in the shade NC30. Then my concealer, Tarte Shape Tape. This is in light medium, I believe. Yes, light medium. And we've got my primer. It's Tarte Poreless Mattifying Primer. I really like that one because it fills my pores, and that's what I'm always looking for in a primer. Trying to get all the odds and ends before I get into like the packs of things. I've also got my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I have a full-size Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray at home, and I always just keep refilling it and reusing it over and over again. I've also got my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Press Powder, but today I hit pan, so that's almost gone. I've got a couple more here at the house, but it's not this one. It's a Fit Me and Cody Airspun. I'll have to figure that out later. But for now, that's what I have. I also have, and this is like an everyday thing, probably like a 3 times a day thing. It's an e.l.f. lip scrub in the flavor Brown Sugar. I love this, and I will forever love this, and I will forever get more of them, because it's in a lipstick shape, but it's got a brown sugar scrub in it. It's easy to control, and it looks so nice. Like, it's just classy looking. Yeah, that's nice. But I love the taste of this. I like to just scrub, and then have a little sugar particles left on my lips, and then just kind of eat it as I go throughout the day. Next, we have my Becca Afterglow palette. It's got 2 blushes and 3 highlighters in it, and obviously I use them for blush and highlighter. The 3 highlighters are Moonstone, Rose Gold, and Topaz. I try to have just some kind of variety available for just any varying look that I might want to have on someone or myself. And with the 2 blushes, there's Wild Honey and Flower Child, which it's just a matter of different shades for different looks. You gotta be cohesive in everything. And then we've got my Maybelline Master Blush Face Studio Contour and Highlight Kit. I really like kits like this to carry with me because it's a lot of selection in one compact, so you don't have to dig through like 5 different compacts just to find what you need. It's just all right there for you, and it makes sense. So we have 1 highlighter here. That's why I have the Becca Afterglow highlighter, because there's only 1. And then these 3 blushes. And like I said, it's just a matter of finding which blush goes with a different look, because every look can be a little bit different. And then my holy grail is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Chisel Palette. I mean, this is everything you need for face. Even if you didn't have a concealer. Oh no, I just put my nail in it. It's been so perfect. Carrot is ruined. Can you see that? That little dent in it now? Aww. Can I like blend it out? Ooh, okay, hey, it's much less obvious now. That's okay. Anyway, this is like the holy grail, because even if you don't have any concealer that's a lighter shade, you can always just go in with these 2 lighter shades and brighten up any look that you have and make it seem like your concealer is brighter. And these are all perfect. I mean, you can go with a light chisel or a really heavy chisel and go hardcore glam. It's just perfect. It's a wide array of available shades to make whatever style you want. And that's what you would want in something that you carry with you every day. Next, we have the Urban Decay and Kristen Leanne collaboration palette. This is, I think, the very first one. I really, really like this because A, it was the first palette I ever owned that gave you every basic nude, but you can create so many different types of styles with this. Even if you don't create a full look with this, you can use just about any of these as a transition shade, except 8, of course. But it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like the holy grail color palette. It's the basis of any look, I feel like. Any eye look that you go for, you can find the transition shade for it in this palette. If you go for like standard normality. If you want to break barriers, you're not going to do it with this palette. But the palette that you can break barriers with is the NYX Beauty School Dropout palette. I actually found this at TJ Maxx, I believe, or Ross. No, I found it at Ross for sure. They had a few of them. I haven't gotten a chance to use it yet, but I know when I will, I'll be happy with it, at least for selection. I don't know about quality just yet because I haven't tried, so I can't say anything for it. But we have every eyeshadow over here, and I believe this shade, this shade, this shade, and this shade are strictly pressed pigments, not eyeshadows. So those won't perform the exact same as the eyeshadows, but the selection in there is crazy. And it's like, this is like a little kit by itself because it's also got some blushes for the face colors and a highlighter and contour shades and some highlight shades. So it's really everything that you could mostly need within a palette that you carry with you and perform art on people with. So I was really happy when I found it. And I had a really good deal on it. I think it was like $15 or $17 or something like that. I don't know. I'll see if I can find it and look it up and put it in the description box down below. And finally, the last thing that I keep in my makeup bag. If you'll notice, the Kristen Leanne palette is all mattes. NYX Beauty School Dropout palette is also all mattes, except for this highlight shade and this highlight shade. Well, I guess there's a couple of glitters over here that I didn't really notice. Okay, more of them had glitter than I thought it did, but it's not like super overbearing. Like, I don't know that it's gonna be able to give me the kind of payoff that I want in a glitter or like a metallic kind of shade. So I carry the Golden State of Mind ColourPop palette. I love these metallic shades, like that foil, just the pigment and the payoff that you get. Funny, I go into the one that I use all the time. Like, look at just that on my finger, and then if I swatch it, finger, like these can be highlighters if I need them to be, and I can work with them. And even if I just want to do some kind of simple look, like pairing up the Kristen Leanne palette, just getting Daydream for a perfect transition shade and popping some of that on the lid, that's perfect. Anyway, that is my entire makeup bag. You know, I started this video so that I could put everything from my makeup bag up with all my other makeup, but I'm afraid now that I'm gonna forget what I put in it and then not have all the makeup I have. So I might have just gone through it all for no reason. I don't know yet, we'll find out. But that concludes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me, checking out what makeup I use in my makeup bag, and I hope maybe that it benefited you. Who knows, you might find some product in here that I have that you might really like. So for now, I bid you adieu, and you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. It's all just at ChristopherJMUA. Made that super easy too. And you know the drill, guys. Always remember and never forget, you're beautiful.